Hello, Lakeland Spark community. My name is Todd Baumgardner, and I'm a physical education teacher at Lakeland Spark Middle School. It is my honor and privilege to share a tribute video to Mr. Matt Bittner. Matt Bittner was a health and PE teacher at our school from 2005 to 2011. In that short time while he was there, he impacted our school in many ways. He made connections with his students. He made connections with staff. He was just a very valued team member of our school, and he truly made a difference. In fact, the school gymnasium is named after him in his honor. The students would also vote Mr. Bittner to give the annual commencement speech at the 8th grade promotion ceremony. I have no doubt that if he were still teaching today, he would be the favorite students of many. Normally, we celebrate Matt Bittner Day the Friday before Memorial Day. However, the global pandemic had different ideas. On that day, we play flag football, we meet Matt's family, we form an M beyond the field, and we just have a great time remembering his legacy that he taught. We're still going to have a tribute video. It's just going to look very different than the usual day that we have. In this video, you're going to hear from current and former staff members. You're going to hear from Matt's family and the impact that he had on each of us and why we celebrate this day. We keep his memory alive and we dedicate this day to him and anyone else who has lost a loved one to cancer. So sit back, enjoy this tribute video to Matt Bittner, and if you or anyone that you know is going through cancer, use Matt's mantra: never give up, don't ever give up. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the video.
Hi, my name is Greg Behringer, and Matt Bittner was my best friend. It's hard to believe it's been 9 years since he passed away, but it's wonderful that you have kept the annual fundraiser going, even through some crazy times. These restrictions that keep us separate, but they also keep us safe. Matt was an avid sportsman. He liked playing volleyball, and he was actually a referee and instructor as well. Played tennis, and he was a tennis pro at a country club. But softball was his greatest sports passion. He did other extracurricular activities. He was a vocalist and performed concerts extensively and recorded 2 CDs along the way. He also performed with Washington National Opera Company at the Kennedy Center as a supernumerary, and he loved traveling, and we traveled the world. In 2007, I think it was, we did 8 countries in 9 days. A little crazy, but wow, it was wonderful. But his true passion was teaching. And on more than one occasion, he would remind parents that they may be your children, but they're my kids. He always was trying to keep communication open, that kindness and honesty and responsibility and respect were key to everything in teaching and in the social contact. We don't come to tell you how great Matt Bittner was, but how grateful we are to have his name associated with your fundraising and this activity that shows your responsibility. It's hard to think of some of those rough days that he battled chemo and radiation, but he was always hopeful. And his banner was always, never give up, don't ever give up. And he reminded the kids the same thing: you may find speed bumps in your life, but never give up, don't you ever give up.
Hi, I'm Matt's oldest sister, as you can see. There's 12 years difference between me and Matt. Oh, how I miss him. But he definitely left an impact on my life, as well as my brother and sister. He was a very fun-loving person. When we'd get together, most of the time we laugh and carry on, but then there was serious times also. But one thing I remember about him too, he was a perfectionist. He wanted things to be just right. And that's something that I admired of him. And one of the things with Matt, whenever he walked in a room, he lit up the room, and you knew he was there. And his positive influence reflected on you. It was one of the traits that I admired in my brother. And he was a traveling person. And now, I don't know if you noticed, but in the background, I am an over-the-road truck driving woman now. I don't drive, but my husband does. So Matt would probably be happy that I'm traveling this nation from coast to coast. Right now I'm in Arizona, and I'm hoping that this video, I'll be able to get it to go to you folks, because I'm not a very techie person, and I don't have Matt here to help me, but hopefully it'll happen. But in closing, I miss my brother dearly. He was a great person, and he lives on right here. Happy Memorial Day to everyone. And I know each one of you probably have someone in your life that the memory lives on in your heart also. Thank you.
Hey, Lakelands Park students and staff. This is Miss Kozer, and I'm honored to share my thoughts and my reflections about Mr. Bittner, a wonderful friend and a wonderful colleague. I can't believe it's been 9 years since we've been celebrating Mr. Bittner, but I still hear his wonderful laugh and his wonderful voice and see his wonderful smile all the time. And I often think about how he would be handling this current situation. And I know without a doubt that he would be handling it very positively, with a huge smile on his face and taking care of everybody else, because that's who Mr. Bittner was. So in honor of our 9th celebration, we're thinking about you, buddy. We love you.
So happy to be honoring my friend and colleague, Matt Bittner. We miss you, Matt. You were gone way too soon, but your legacy that you left behind lives on with all of us. I have such fond memories of your big, infectious smile, your great personality. You just made us all laugh and lit up the room. You loved your family so much, and you would tell us stories about them. I felt like I knew each and every one of them. So I'm glad we continue to honor you. I miss you. Happy Bittner Day.
Hey everyone, it's Mrs. Easy Rad here. Matt Bittner was an amazing person, kind, warm, and just a funny guy. I'm just so thankful that I got to know him and teach with him, and it was just he was such an inspiration. The way he could build and maintain relationships with students and staff, it was really special. I'll never forget how in the last months of his life he just wanted to be at school with staff and students, his work family. And it could have been so easy for him to just do whatever else, but he wanted to be there for his students and for us, and that's something I will never forget. His spirit, and how he never gave up. And that's what his motto was, and it's really been an inspiration for me. And I know he's made me a better person and a better teacher because of him, and his spirit. And I will be forever grateful to him for that. And I'm sad that we can't be at Bittner Day today, but I know we will be all together again, celebrating Matthew Bittner, hopefully next year. And I look forward to it. Bye, guys.
Hi, my name is Maddie Hannington. I work with Matt Bittner when we opened up Lakelands years ago. I just wanted to say that he was an amazing teacher, an amazing person, but most importantly, he was an incredible friend. I miss him dearly. Thank you so much for celebrating him every year. You guys are awesome.
I'm Lisa Herring, and Matt Bittner and I go way back. We met when we were at Frostburg together as graduate assistants, and we had a blast at Frostburg, and then I lost contact with him. And then 15 years ago when Lakeland's opened, I was hired and he was hired. I was teaching PE and he was teaching health, and we were back together, and it was so fun. Very quickly I learned what a great teacher he was, and he just had a way with his students, and it was amazing. And all the things that he did for the school, and the kids that had him, they knew how special it was. And it was tragic for us when we lost him, and he was too young and very sad. So today we remember him, and I will always have fond memories of Matt, and hopefully we can keep the Bittner Bowl going in the future, and that's always a great day, even for the students that never met him. But I think it's important that we keep it going and keep his memory alive. So we love you, Matt. Thinking about you today.
For me, Mr. Bittner was a constant source of energy, inspiration, and enthusiasm. He never failed to make us smile and laugh and encourage the entire staff, no matter what it was we were undertaking. And I have no doubt that during this time of quarantine, he would have continued to find ways to inspire our staff, make us laugh, and motivate us all to keep going. So here's to you, Matt. We still miss you tons.
Hi everyone, this is Miss Reed, Assistant Principal, and I'm here to tell you how wonderful Mr. Matthew Bittner was to students, staff, families, and visitors. The visual shows you some of the things that he loved. For example, University of Maryland and the colors orange and black that signify Tigger, the Disney character. He also supported local businesses like Under Armour. You're probably wondering why there is a picture of Doritos on the slide. Well, let me tell you, Mr. Bittner often monitored what I ate during the school day. He reminded me when I ate a bag of Doritos that it would go to my gluteus maximus. So being a health teacher, he practiced what he taught and being healthy and making good choices. But what I liked best about Mr. Bittner was that he listened to people, was a confidant to many, advocated for students, and an overall great person. He was a great friend and colleague. I love and miss Mr. Bittner so much.
Hi, it's Mrs. Hill. This is my first year at Lakelands Park, so I did not have the opportunity to meet Mr. Bittner, but the stories that I have heard have been amazing. I really wish I would have had the chance to work with him. I thank everyone who has shared their stories with me about Matt, and we as the Lakelands Park community will cherish his memories and inspiration always.
Matt Bittner was a friend, a teacher, and just a great man that is sorely missed. What I remember best about Matt is everybody loved talking to him. They would go into his room for advice. He would give you honest advice, sometimes advice that you didn't want to hear, but that's why everybody went to Matt, because he was an honest, genuine guy that really cared about people, and most of all, he cared about his students. He got the best out of every one of his students. Sometimes it was tough love, sometimes it was a pat on the back, sometimes it was a push, but he loved his students and he made sure every one of them was successful. He'll be missed, and we love celebrating him on Memorial Day weekend.
Hi, I'm Deborah Higdon, principal of Lakelands Park. I remember Matt Bittner. I met him when I interviewed for principal many years ago. What stood out about Matt was his beautiful eyes and his smile. He made me feel so comfortable. And the thing about Matt, he had a way of doing that with everyone. You could meet him and just like that, in an instant, you could feel a connection with him and to him. I will always remember Matt Bittner. He'll have a special place here in my heart.
Hi, Lakelands Park Middle School, faculty, staff, and students. It's May of 2020. Another year's gone by. We want to thank you for the opportunity to spend time with you all again this year in memory of Mr. Bittner. I'm filming my video from my school here in Western Maryland. It's pretty quiet in this building. As you can see, the empty halls, there's no one here. Just a few essential workers. Lockers are emptied, classrooms are emptied. 2020 has sure been different for us all. I hope that you all are staying safe. I hope you all are social distancing. And I hope you all are being safe. You know, we're all going to get through this. And we'll be better for it. Lessons learned. But just know that Lakelands Park is not the same without you being there and without us being able to spend time together. I'm Mr. Bittner's sister, and I miss him. And I know that the faculty and staff there at Lakelands Park, they were family to Mr. Bittner, as well as the students. So I just can't wait for next year when we can spend time together and reminisce and share memories. You know, Mr. Bittner had a famous quote. I think it was Winston Churchill that said, "Never give up. Don't ever give up." Yes, never give up. That's what he would say. Stay strong, stay safe, and you know what? It won't be long. We'll be filling these halls again. So just like here in Western Maryland, our halls and rooms are empty, but Lakelands Park is too, and they're missing you as well. So be safe, have a great holiday weekend, and we'll hope to see you all real soon. Remember the quote, never give up. Don't ever give up.
Thanks for allowing me to be a part of this very special evening in your life. It's been delightful to be a part of your wonderful world. I think, yeah.